Nothing like a good cup of coffee to start the day. Hi guys, I'm JJ and welcome to Fuel, a channel where we feature anything and everything that's got to do with motorcycles, cars, events, lifestyle, happenings and rides as well. And right here today on our channel, we want to feature an iconic Italian brand. A brand that has been around for many years, has won so many hearts around the world. And a brand that has also, basically come up with so many new models over the years, and it's always still remain a classic, even though with the new modern design. So it's a really special brand, right? And I just want to basically share with you our point of view of what we think about this bike. So join me now as we head on over to check out which bike this is. Right guys, we've got the Vespa. Right here is actually the Vespa Sprint 2017 model, which is pretty much the same for the one for the 2018 model as well. And this is the Sprint 150 ABS. What you can notice is exactly the same Vespa that you will see back in the 60s and the 70s. But obviously this has been modernized, right? So if you look carefully, you will notice that the bike has got more modernized kind of features, like the side body and of course the front. It's all been modernized in style and design. But what really makes the Sprint different, which is obviously the sportier model of the Vespa range, what makes it different is obviously some of the aspects of the bike, right? The first one is obviously the seat. If you notice, it is a more sportier angular shaped seat, right? Which basically brings out the sportiness of the bike. And right here we have the angular shaped side mirrors, which is a little bit more sportier as well. And of course, what is special about the Sprint is the front of the headlamp, right, which is a bit more square, unlike the others which is rounded, right, in the LX and the Primavera. And also special to the Sprint is the three red stripe front grille, which brings out the more sporty image and dynamic impression of the bike. And right down here you will see that also it has the red shocks springs, which also brings out that sportiness. And more importantly is actually the 12-inch wheels, right? As you know, Vespas, they come in small wheels, and typical Vespas will be 11 inches, but only for the Sprint they have it in the 12-inch specs, right, which offers better road holding and stability, especially during higher speeds, right? So right here is the Vespa Sprint, and we'll take a little bit more closer look at it now. Alright, so for the 2017 and 2018 as well, Vespa Sprint, they all come with the new iJet engine, right, which is said to be much more efficient and also powerful compared to the previous models. This new engine obviously powers the CVT transmission, which is an automatic transmission, clutchless transmission, and offers basically a much more efficient drive. And that system actually powers the pulley and belt system that propels the Vespa to move forward, right? The rear obviously comes with a drum brake system and a single hydraulic monoshock suspension. So let's check out the front now. In terms of the front handling and braking, the front comes with a single-sided disc brake, and it has a monoshock one-sided monoshock suspension, which offers ample dampening for city riding and also some of the more bumpy terrain as well, which is not an issue for the Vespa. Now what's amazing about this Vespa is also that for such a small bike, it has got actually quite convenient storage compartments, right? So let's check it out now. Now for the front, we have the front box, glove box compartment, all you do is put the key in there and switch it to the basically unlock position, and then push it in, and voila, you get the front compartment. Now this is a very interesting compartment because obviously you can store small items like your handphone, right? See it? You can actually fit your wallet as well if you want to, and small items. But what's also special is also it has this USB port that comes with it, right? So you can actually charge your electronics or your phone as and when you need while you're riding. And also this Vespa comes with a hook right in front of the seat, right? And this hook is also very convenient because you can store small items, paper bags, or even items that you buy from the grocery stores. All that can be basically positioned here, and it's a good carriage system as well. And obviously, as most Vespas have, it's amazing storage that comes underneath the bike, underneath the seat, right? So basically, this is amazing because, as you can see, it's got huge compartment storage, right? You can even fit a helmet in there, a full-size helmet, and you can have a lot of other items in there, like your raincoat, your towels, water bottles, and so on. So definitely a very, very convenient aspect of the Vespa, because for urban mobility, you usually need to carry things that you need, your essentials with you, and basically gets everything done for you. So right under the seat of the Vespa is where you can actually access the fuel filling port, right? And the tank sits underneath. So the capacity of the Vespa is actually 8 liters, which is pretty impressive, and it gives you sort of a fuel capacity, a fuel mileage of between 170 to 190 kilometers, which is pretty impressive for this engine, right? And this is basically driven in around city driving. So if you're taking it out in open roads, you probably get better mileage. Alright guys, so we're here now. We are about to take the Vespa Sprint for a test ride. As you can see, this is the view from the front on the rider's seat, and you will see there's a few of buttons and all that that you will normally find on a motorcycle. And we'll just take it out for a ride before we go through the details after this. So join me now as we move on. So guys, we are about to start riding on the Vespa. This is the view you would get right on top of the Vespa. So typically on any bike you would have the standard set of instruments, the instrument cluster, of course the buttons on the left and the right, which we'll go through in detail after this. Just wanted to point out something very interesting before we ride, is that, as you know, in modern day Vespas they are all clutchless, and so they are all automatic, and they come with the CVT technology. So typically we would have the clutch lever on the left hand side of any other bike, but this is actually your rear brake, right? And on the right hand side, essentially your front brakes, right? So you have both brakes, which is really good, and that's essentially it. So it's a very convenient bike for you to ride around town, to go by nearby to pick up stuff and stuff like that. Very, very convenient. With the leg room in front that you have, it's convenient for ladies as well as guys, for young beginners as well as advanced riders. So we are ready to move on now. We'll just take a ride out from here and see what this Vespa is all about. Unfortunately, the weather doesn't look too good, so we're not too sure how long we can do this, but we'll go on as far as we can, as long as we can, and see what we can get. The bike immediately feels good, riding off from standstill. It's got very nice immediate feel on the throttle, acceleration, and very responsive in terms of the brakes as well. So traffic time in the evenings here in KL,
And you know, with all the cars occupying both lanes, this is the perfect bike actually to navigate through the traffic. As you can see, it's so easy to just maneuver through without even thinking about it, right? The ride feels good at this speed. We're going now about 20 kilometers per hour, so it feels good at this kind of a slow speed. And I think even the ride height, you know, feet to the ground with the seat height is pretty comfortable. I'm about 5 feet 7, and you know, it works fine, and I feel a lot more space at the bottom for my feet to reach the ground. And I don't think it will be a problem for for anyone shorter than 5 feet 6 or 5 feet 7 as well. So we're about to head out now into the open road. Hopefully let's get some open roads up front ahead of the traffic. Instrument panel in front. It gives you the speedometer and analog form, but it's also got the rest of the other information in digital form right below it here, right? So all the vital information like your fuel capacity, your total mileage, your trip meters. It's even got a clock. You've got 2 trip meters as well to measure interval distances. And then of course on this side you have the indicators for the lights, the signal, and also the fuel warning indicator. There's also a check engine light that has indicator as well. Very nimble, very easy to just go through traffic, as you can see. No issues. In fact, with the height that you have over the bike, you know, the view is good as well. You can see up front, and the bike doesn't feel hot at all underneath, right? Underneath your feet. So very comfortable ride. And I think what's good also is that you get the wind protection that you get for your legs from the elements, from any flying debris from vehicles in front. It's all protected with this shell that you have, the fairing that you have in front. So as you can see, the bike is so easy to maneuver in and out traffic, in between cars. Perfect for city riding. Nice big rear mirrors as well, rear view mirrors on the left and the right. Gives you full 180 degrees, almost 180 degrees view actually, not 180 but almost 180 degrees. So you have the full coverage between the left and the right. Might as well just go through the instrument clusters as well. So the buttons that you would have here on the left hand side is basically your low beam and high beam. You can also flash if you want to, just by pushing it to the right. As you can see, it comes on the blue on the screen. And then you have your turn signals, both left and right. And you can basically shut it off just by pressing the button in the middle. You have your horn button. And then on the top right here, this button is basically your LED running button, LED daytime running lights. Basically, there's 2 lamps on the left and on the right. So that controls that. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, but you can also turn on the main headlamp. And then the mode button here is basically for you to be able to switch through the different set of informations that you will find on the bike, right? So you got your total mileage, you got your trip A, or your trip B, and your total mileage. And you can also reset the mileage every time when you refuel or before you go for a ride. It's got a clock indicator as well. And this is basically the starter, so every time when you start the bike, you need to basically depress either the front or the rear brakes, At the same time, you gotta press this button and then that will fire up the engine. So it's starting to rain a little now, and we will try to find some shelter while we wait for the rest of the guys. You can see the Vespa accelerates pretty well. Actually, it's one of the fastest bike off the line, I've noticed, because we have tried it out with a few other bikes, and for 150cc running on a CVT, it just outshoots any other bike off the line. So very good acceleration, and I think this is one of the advantages of this bike, especially for city riding. Bike feels good even on the open road, even on large corners. Tight corners, as you saw earlier in the traffic, it works very well. But also on big open roads, it feels good, the bike. The suspension is a bit more on the firmer side, but I think that's how it is. The rear is fully adjustable, so that's something that we can work on, which gives us that flexibility. Bike feels really good, really enjoy riding it. Suspension, as I mentioned, is adjustable in the rear for the preload, so that's good. Gives you different kind of a load setting. You can see it's also great riding in the rain. Because of this protection that you get for your legs against the elements. Vespa Scooter 2017 model. Had this bike for just slightly more than a year, and it's been great. Never had any issues with the bike. 2,000 over kilometers on it. Mainly in the city riding, but I've taken it out also on the highways, and it's great. Up to speeds of 110 on the freeway. On the highway, it's okay. It's good. Obviously, if you push it more than that, then I think the stability of the bike can be an issue because of the wind, strong winds. But just anything else below that, city riding, a little bit of light open road, weekend rides as well. Those are perfect for this bike. But I think still the best is still riding it around the city. So convenient. Gets you from point A to point B, and still having fun in between the 2 points. Right? I think that's what it's all about with riding. It's not about the destination; it's also about the journey. More importantly, and I have a bigger bike as well, but you know what? Ever since I got the Vespa, I've been riding with it more than my big bike because it's just so convenient. It makes so much sense. Best part of it is riding through conditions like this. Traffic, you can just weave in and out of cars without any issue. It just works well, perfect in this condition. The handling is light, nimble. With the smaller wheels, it's much more nimble, much more easier to maneuver. It's got a great pickup as well, so that you can get yourself out of sticky situations if you need to. That's what I love about it as well. And as I said before, you'll be amazed with the acceleration of the Vespa Scooter because it's actually the fastest 150cc Vespa I would think also any 150cc bikes out there, off the line. You know, it's just got that great acceleration. We also have another classic vehicle on the road there. That's the Beetle. Check out what this Beetle is all about. Oh, it's got like a modified exhaust system. Looks cool. It's like a great match for the Vespa.
Wow, I had a great day. So we just had the Vespa out for the day, and we took it out for a spin, you know, and all I can say is that I'm in love with this bike. We're going to wrap up our video, and we just want to look and see what are the pros and cons of this bike. Now for the pros, I think there's so much to love about this bike. I know I am. And I'm sure most of people will love the bike. I mean, from the look of the bike, the design, the styling, it's definitely something that when you ride out, everyone wants to stare at you and give you the second look as well, you know. Great handling, especially through the traffic jams, right? I mean, you can see through the videos that we have moved through cars and all that without any issue. So efficient, so convenient. Storage, you know, ample storage for all your personal belongings that you like to take out as and when you're out. It's got basically good acceleration, you know. I mean, off the line, just sort of scoots out ahead of everyone else. So that's great, you know. And of course, it's a brand that you fall in love with, Vespa, right? A heritage brand. Come on, man, guys. I mean, which other brands give you that kind of a feel, especially in the scooter category? There's none other brand like that. In terms of cons, you know, it's just probably the brakes could be a little bit better, a bit more bite in it. Suspension could be a little bit more plush, but I'm not complaining. I'm okay with it. And that's really it, right? Would you buy this bike? Let us know, right? What do you think, right? Do you like what we've seen today in the video? Share with us your comments below, right? And please subscribe to our channel. This is JJ signing out and hope to see you soon at Fuel. Have a great day, guys.
Another blooper, sir? Yes. Okay. Starbucks coupon. Well, I love Starbucks, man. I'm so thirsty right now. You can see my lips. I'm not kissing anyone.
So really, that's really what the sprint is all about. But before we even go into further details, let's take it for a ride. Let's see what it's all about. Let's go. Vroom!
Okay. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere.